the coal dust explosion. So in the previous classes, we have discussed about the methane gas explosion. Methane gas explosion in coal mines. So another type of explosion is there in coal mines, that is called a coal dust explosion. So what is coal dust explosion? So coal dust when suspended in the air, suspended in the air as a cloud, is capable of bursting into an explosion and propagate it even in the absence of the fire damp. So the coal dust in coal mines, you come across with coal dust. Okay, so the coal dust, when it is suspended in the mine air as a cloud, is capable of bursting into an explosion, and it can propagate very fast even in the absence of the fire damp. So that is called your coal dust explosion. Coal dust explosion. So for a coal dust explosion to take place, the following conditions should be fulfilled. For a coal dust explosion to take place, the following conditions should be present in the mines. Coal dust must be of a composition which includes sufficient volatile matter. In the coal dust, there should be sufficient volatile matter. Second, coal dust should be of necessary fineness. The coal dust should be fine enough for the explosion to take place. They should be in a dispersible condition. The coal dust should be in the dispersible condition in the form of a thick cloud. The coal dust cloud should be so dense that one cannot see through it. The quantity amounts to 30 to 40 gram per cubic meter of the mining space. And the other condition is that a source of ignition of sufficient intensity should be there. A source of ignition of sufficient intensity should be there for the coal dust explosion to take place. So these are the conditions. If it is fulfilled, then coal dust explosion is going to explode. Such circumstances generally exist after a fire damp explosion. So in your mines, in your coal mines, after the fire damp explosion, these conditions are present, and uh, for which reason the coal dust explosion may take place. So development of coal dust explosion. How the coal dust explosion develops. Exact ignition mechanism is not known to anybody. However, the common view is that surface oxidation of coal dust particles, surface oxidation of coal dust particles, ignition of flammable mixture of air and gases present in between the dust particles, combustion of solid coal particles. So this is the common view of coal dust explosion. So when the coal dust explosion is going to take place, when surface oxidation of coal dust particles takes place. If ignition of flammable mixture of air and gases present in between the dust particles. combustion of solid coal particles is there. So in that case, the coal dust explosion is going to take place. So this coal dust explosion develops in stages. The first stage of ignition is called your poof. The first stage of ignition is called poof. It is a sudden combustion process of a part or whole of the airborne dust marked by a very high temperature but without any dynamic effects. This is the first stage of ignition, poof temperature. It is a sudden combustion process of a part or whole of airborne dust marked by a very high temperature but without any dynamic effects. If the whole of the dust is consumed, the combustion of dust-air mixture ends with a poof. So but this is the first stage of ignition, which is called your poof. Then your main explosion. If the whole of the dust is not consumed, the poof may lead eventually to an intense main explosion. If the whole of the dust is not consumed, the poof may lead eventually to an intense main explosion. So during the transition from poof to explosion due to transfer of heat of combustion to the surrounding unburnt layers, mainly by radiation, an increase of pressure in the burning layers take place. Then, when the pressure exceeds a certain value, a full-fledged explosion is developed in which the combustion takes place at a rapid rate. Then the pressure wave developed passes through the unburnt layers ahead of explosion flame and stir up the deposited dust, creating necessary fuel in the form of a thick cloud for the following flame. Thus, the dispersion of dust and flame propagation processes are coupled. Second, we are going to discuss flammability or explosive limit of coal dust. Just like methane gas explosion, flammability limits are there. Lower flammable limit, upper flammable limit. Similarly, for the coal dust, there is flammability or explosive limits are there. So what is flammability limit or explosive limit of coal dust? It is defined as its ability of coal dust when in the form of a cloud to spread or propagate ignition to all points where dust air mixtures of corresponding concentration are present. So what is explosive limit of coal dust or flammability limit of coal dust? It is defined as its ability of coal dust when in the form of a cloud to spread or propagate ignition to all points where dust air mixtures of corresponding concentration are present. The range of flammable limits or explosive limits is very wide, much wider than in the case of fire damp mixture. So the lower flammability limit is not an absolute quantity. It depends upon the particle size of the coal dust, chemical composition of the coal dust, nature and intensity of igniting source, time of contact with the igniting source, turbulence of the coal dust cloud, uniformity of dust dispersion in the medium, purity of the sample, composition of the atmosphere, composition of the minor atmosphere, especially methane and oxygen contents in the minor atmosphere. So these are the factors which influence the lower limit of flammability of the coal dust. So bituminous coals have lower flammability limit, which varies widely between 30 gram per cubic meter to 300 gram per cubic meter. Most violent explosions are produced when the concentration is about 10 times the lower limit, that is 400 to 500 gram per cubic meter. Most violent explosions are produced when the concentration is about 10 times the lower limit, that is 400 to 500 gram per cubic meter. Then what is ignition of coal dust air mixture? What do you mean by ignition of coal dust air mixture? Ignition of coal dust air mixture is not rapid as with gas air mixture. A larger source of heat is required for the coal dust air mixture to explode. The ignition temperature of coal dust cloud. What is the ignition temperature of the coal dust cloud depends on the rank of the coal. The ignition temperature decreases as the rank of coal decreases from the anthracite to subbituminous coal. So ignition temperature of coal dust depends upon the rank of the coal, nature and intensity of ignition source. It varies between 900 degrees centigrade and 600 degrees centigrade for relatively low as coals. Also, the ignition temperature depends on the particle size of the coal dust. Particle size of the coal dust. Also, the ignition temperature of coal dust depends on the moisture content and ash content. Moisture in dust particles and in surrounding atmospheres raises the ignition temperature of the dust because of heat absorption and vaporization of the moisture. Then also the ignition temperature of coal dust also depend on the oxygen concentration in the mine atmosphere. With a decrease in oxygen concentration in the mine atmosphere, the ignition temperature also the ignition temperature increases. Then there are certain factors. There are certain factors which affect development of coal dust explosion. The following are the factors which affect the development of coal dust explosion. One is the flammability or explosibility of coal dust air mixtures and had been the subject of many investigations carried out in the laboratories, surface experimental galleries, experimental coal mines. Okay, so the factors which affect the factors which affect the flammability or explosibility of coal dust air mixtures had been the subject of many investigations carried out in the past in the laboratories, surface experimental galleries, experimental coal mines. The experimental work was centered around the origin, propagation, control of coal dust explosion. So the factors which affect The flammability or explosibility of coal dust air mixture are the following. The following are the factors which affect the flammability or explosibility of coal dust air mixture. One is particle size of the coal dust, dustiness of mine workings, volatile matter content in the coal dust, percentage of ash in the coal dust, percentage of moisture in the coal dust, oxygen concentration in the mine atmosphere, nature and intensity of ignition source, presence of fire damp in the mine air, turbulence of the coal dust particles, surrounding conditions. So these are the factors which affect the flammability or explosibility of coal dust air mixture. What is particle size? The finer the dust particles, the greater is its surface area per unit mass and greater is its flammability. Coal dust particles up to 750 to 1000 micrometer take part in explosions depending upon the rank of the coal, nature and intensity of the ignition, oxygen concentration of the mine atmosphere. Most dangerous particle size lies between 110 to 100 micrometer. If the coal dust particles size is lying between 10 to 100 micrometer, it is very dangerous. Below 10 micron size of the coal dust particles, flammability reduces to a certain degree due to chemical composition of the coal dust, due to tendency to agglomerate, and due to rapid oxidation on initial exposure to air, thereby becoming less easily ignitable. So these are the particle size. If the particle size, if the particle size lies between 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer, then it is very dangerous. So below 10 micron size, flammability reduces to a certain degree because chemical decomposition of the coal dust particle takes place, tendency to agglomerate the particles, rapid oxidation on initial exposure to air, thereby becoming less easily ignitable. So what do you mean by dustiness of mine workings? If the mine atmosphere is very dusty, then it is called dustiness of mine workings. The dust cloud must be dense immediately surrounding the ignition source so that one cannot see through it. The dust cloud is very thick. You cannot see anything if there is a cloudy dust is there. Minimum density of dust cloud which will propagate an explosion depends upon the following factors like the nature of the ignition source, fineness of the dust particles, rank of the coal you are going to mine. A mine working is dangerously dusty if it contains 100 to 120 gram per cubic meter of dust in the mine atmosphere. A mine working is dangerously dusty if it contains 100 to 120 gram of dust per cubic meter of area, and most violent explosions occur at 300 to 400 gram per cubic meter. The thermal ignitability curve for a coal dust showing the relationship between ignition temperature and coal dust concentration shows that the minimum value of the ignition temperature approaches asymptotically at the higher dust concentrations. So, how to calculate the volatile matter? Volatile matter content in the coal dust. Flammability increases with increasing combustible volatile content. The volatile matter is usually calculated on dry, ash-free basis by the formula given below. percentage of volatile matter in the coal dust is equal to percentage of volatile matter from analysis, laboratory analysis into 100 divided by 100 minus percentage of ash minus percentage of moisture. So right hand side of the above formula may be written as percentage of volatile matter divided by percentage of volatile matter plus percentage of fixed carbon, FC, fixed carbon, which is known as volatile combustible ratio. This ratio is called volatile combustible ratio or simply volatile ratio of coal. Volatile ratio of coal is equal to percentage of volatile matter divided by percentage of volatile matter plus percentage of fixed carbon in the coal dust. Several investigations have shown that coal dusts with volatile matter less than 10% is non-inflammable, not dangerous. Volatile matter, if lies between 10 to 14%, it is less inflammable. If the volatile matter in the coal dust is more than 14%, it is highly inflammable. Highly inflammable. Okay. So if the volatile matter is less than 10% in the coal dust, it is non-inflammable. It will not get fire. If the volatile matter is lying between 10 to 14%, there is less inflammable. The coal dust particle is less inflammable. But when the volatile matter is more than 14%, it is very, very high inflammable. The coal dust is very high inflammable, highly inflammable. So what do you mean by percentage of ash in the coal particles? Increase in ash content or presence of inert foreign material reduces the ignitability or flammability of coal dust because of heat absorption. If there is good amount of ash is there, if percentage of ash is more, then it will the ignitability, flammability of coal dust will reduce. Increase in ash content or presence of inert foreign material reduces the ignitability or flammability of coal dust because of heat absorption. Stone dusting in coal mines functions on this principle, which is a practical application of the use of inert dust to prevent an explosion from taking place. Then percentage of moisture in the coal dust. Moisture in dust particles raises the ignition temperature of the dust. Moisture in dust particles raises the ignition temperature of the dust particles. It exerts a cooling effect because heat is absorbed during its heating and vaporization, thereby reducing the energy available for ignition of the coal dust cloud. Coal dusts containing 25 to 30% moisture content tends to wet and agglomerate the fine particles and reduces their dispersibility. If the coal dust is not dispersible, then it is less liable to explosion. Effect of moisture on flammability is unimportant below 10%. If moisture content is less than 10%, then it is not going to affect the flammability of the coal dust particles. Then oxygen concentration in the mine atmosphere. Variation in oxygen concentration affect the ease of ignition of dust clouds and the explosion pressure. With increase in oxygen concentration, the ignition energy required increases, ignition temperature increases, and maximum explosion pressure decreases. So this is the oxygen concentration in the mine atmosphere which influences the coal dust explosion. Variation in oxygen concentration affect the ease of ignition of coal dust clouds and the explosion pressure. With decrease in oxygen concentration, the ignition energy required increases, ignition temperature increases, and maximum explosion pressure decreases. Then another factor is there, which is called nature and intensity of ignition source of ignition. The nature and intensity of ignition source, that is temperature, size of spark or flame, is very important parameter, important factor for the coal dust explosion to take place. It exerts a great influence on the flammability of mine dust, as they determine the dust raising capacity and turbulence induced within the cloud. Explosions initiated by strong sources develop faster and cause more damage than explosions initiated by weak sources. This is the nature and intensity of ignition source. Then presence of fire damp in the mine air. If fire damp is present, what will happen? The flammability of coal dust increases almost directly in proportion to the percentage of fire damp in the mine atmosphere. Presence of fire damp in mine air in percentage less than its lower limit reduces the lower explosive limit of the coal dust. Presence of fire damp in air in percentage less than its lower limit reduces the lower explosive limit of the coal dust. 1% methane by volume in 1 cubic meter of air is equivalent to about 12 gram of coal dust. 12 gram of coal dust. Then what do you mean by turbulence? Movement. This is also having a bearing on the coal dust explosion. The rate of combustion reaction depends on how intimately dust and oxygen are mixed. Turbulent mixing of dust and air result in most violent explosion. Then another condition is their surrounding condition. The surrounding conditions is the size of the mine gallery, shape of the mine gallery, constrictions, obstructions, branching, length and nature and condition of the surfaces of mine workings also influence, exert an important influence on the coal dust explosions, as they increase or decrease the progress of the flame by holding or releasing the pressure. So next we are going to discuss about causes of coal dust explosions in your coal mines. What is the cause of coal dust explosion in coal mines? What are the various causes? For a coal dust explosion to take place in coal mines, two conditions must be fulfilled. First, the dust must be present as a dense cloud. Second, a source of ignition should be there in the form of a flame must be present. Then only the coal dust is going to explode. For the coal dust explosion to take place, there are two conditions necessary. One is the dust must be present as a dense cloud, and second, a source of ignition should be there in the form of a flame to ignite the coal dust particles. Coal dust particles. The various causes of direct ignition of a coal dust cloud can be classified under: if you are having a naked flame, it will ignite the coal dust particles. If there is a friction between metal and metal, friction between metal and rock, friction between rock and rock. Then also fire will be generated and the coal dust particles will catch fire. If there is an electrical spark is there, that spark also ignite the coal dust cloud. If there is fire damp explosion in your mines, that will also ignite the coal dust particles. So this is the various causes of direct ignition of a coal dust cloud, which can be classified as naked flames, friction, electrical sparks, fire damp explosions. What is a naked flame? It is the easiest means of igniting a dust cloud, as the source of heat is of considerable size and a large part of the dust can be heated by the help of a naked flame. Friction. Second one is a friction. Hot surfaces as a result of mechanical friction, such as overheated bearings, may ignite surrounding explosive dusty atmosphere. Third is electrical sparks. Electrical sparks from short circuiting and arcing, electrical arcing at electrical equipment or overheated trolley wire may ignite an explosive dust air mixture. Static electric sparks can also ignite explosive dust air mixtures. Fine particles of dust may readily become electrified by friction with air or ducting through which they pass. Under suitable conditions, a discharge or sudden recombination of separated positive and negative charges can occur, which can act as a source of ignition. Then, if there is fire damp explosion in your mines, it is the commonest source of initiation of a coal dust explosion. If there is fire damp explosion, then it is very easy to ignite the coal dust particles, and coal dust explosion is going to take place because of the fire damp explosion. Besides posing the danger of direct ignition, a fire damp explosion may raise the deposited dust from the mine floor, sides, or roof into mine air very quickly before its flame has ceased, and then propagate as a coal dust explosion. A very small gas explosion initiated by accidental ignition of a small quantity of fire damp mixture may thus bring about a much bigger coal dust explosion. It is significant that most fire damp explosions do not develop into coal dust explosions due to their failure to raise a sufficiently dense dust cloud. How to prevent and suppression of the coal dust explosion? How to prevent coal dust explosion? How to suppress coal dust explosion? It is much easier to prevent a coal dust explosion being initiated than arrest one. The measures for prevention and suppression of coal dust explosion can be divided into the following three groups. First, measures which prevents or reduce the formation and dissemination of coal dust in the underground coal mines. Measures against ignition of coal dust accumulation. Measures against explosion propagation. So these are the following three measures you can take for prevention and suppression of coal dust explosion. First thing you can do is you can take some measures which prevents or reduce the formation and dissemination of the coal dust in the underground mine atmosphere. Second measures you can take against ignition of coal dust accumulation. Third measure you can take against explosion propagation. So first one is What measures you should take? Measures which prevents or reduce the formation and dissemination of coal dust in the underground coal mines. Elimination of coal dust in mines is the logical means of eliminating coal dust explosion hazard. You have to reduce the coal dust in the mine atmosphere. The following important measures should be adopted to reduce the formation, distribution, and accumulation of dust particles in mine workings. First, by water infusion. Water infusion of the coal face at normal or high water pressure. The effectiveness of coal face infusion depends on the amount of water injected and its uniform distribution in coal face. The amount of water required lies between 8 and 10 liters per solid cubic meter of coal. So for that purpose, you have to go for wet mining. Wet mining of coal using wet pneumatic picks with machine cutting, using sharp picks of suitable type, selecting optimal cutting traveling speeds of the machine, using wet cutting so that dust will not go to the atmosphere. Then during blasting in coal mines, use of stemming cartridges of calcium chloride powder containing 82 to 85% of calcium chloride and 15 to 18% water will reduce the dust production in your mines. With power loading, using conventional shearer loader. By using sharp picks of suitable type and pick lacing, selecting suitable drum design, optimal rotational speed of the drum, traveling speed of the machine, and proper direction of drum rotation. Introducing water to the pick clearance line through hollow drum shaft. Flushing the cutting edge of the picks from jets located either in or close to the pick boxes. Using external water sprays during cutting, internal water sprays with a water pressure greater than 15 kg per cubic centimeter square have been found to be more effective than external water sprays. Wetting through coal pile before it is manually or mechanically loaded. Using proper type of conveyors with which the dust production is minimum. Covering the total length of the conveyor with a hood. Water spraying at transfer points and loading points and improving their design. These are the measures you can take to reduce the dust concentration in your mine atmosphere. Second, prevention you have to take, preventing spillage of coal dust, spillage of material and degradation of coal during transport in roadways by using undamaged dust tight cars, avoiding overloading so that it will not spill in the transit while traveling, water spraying the full and empty trains during their transit during their transport, maintaining the hull track in good condition. So these are the preventive measures you can take so that there will be no spillage of material, degradation of coal will not take place during transport in roadways. On coal conveyor roadways, reducing spillage by selecting suitable capacity conveyor as well as proper belt width and speed, providing adequate bunker capacity at loading points and centralizing the flow of coal, proper ventilation, restricting velocity of air current in mine airways to less than 3 meters per second, adopting homotropic ventilation system. Third measure you have to take to prevent coal dust accumulation in your mines. Preventing dust accumulation in mine workings by dry suction at loading and unloading points at which large quantities of produced and cannot be suppressed in the ordinary way. Cleaning systematically and regularly main haulage roads and main return airways of the dust by transportable roadway suction apparatus. Regularly cleaning at and near the transfer and loading points, locating dry coal preparation plants far away from downcast shafts not less than 80 meters. Selecting a method of winning with which the dust production would be less. Controlling caving of the root coal in thick coal seams mining using sub-level caving method. Consolidating the floor dust to prevent it from being raised. Second, measures against ignition of dust accumulation. What measures you have to take against ignition of coal dust accumulation? Measures against ignition of flammable fire damp mixtures, neutralization and consolidation of the dust at working phases within a radius of 10 to 20 meters before shot firing by means of inert water or stone dust, neutralization of dust in roadways by means of water, stone dust, and hygroscopic salts. Third measure, measures against explosion propagation. You should not allow the explosion to propagate from one place to other place. So what measures you have to take to prevent the explosion propagation? The protective measures which have been found in practice to have varying degree of effectiveness in arresting explosion propagation are generalized wetting of the coal dust particles, generalized stone dusting, stone dust barriers, explosion stoppings, salt zones, water barriers, triggered barriers. Generalized wetting of coal dust, how you are going to do it? It is an effective means of arresting propagation of the coal dust explosions in dry mine workings. For water to be effective, it must be present in sufficient quantity and be mixed intimately with coal dust. The percentage of admixtured water required to prevent propagation of a coal dust explosion depends upon the fineness of the coal dust particles, strength of the igniting source, volatile content of the coal, amount of stone dust present. It should not be less than 50%. Okay. In practice, coal dust is weighted by successive deposits of it on the side and roof surfaces to the floor by means of water hoses, thereby converting the dust into mud. To increase the wettability of coal dust, which does not absorb water readily, a wetting agent may be added to the water. The disadvantage of water as an inert for neutralizing the coal dust explosion hazard are requires sufficient quantity of water streams for continuous wetting. Relative humidity of the mine atmosphere is increased. Heaving of the floor if soft material occurs. Cost of the plant is high as the entire mine workings must be equipped with water mains. These are the disadvantages of water as an inert material for neutralizing the coal dust explosion hazard. So, generalized stone dust dusting. generalized stone dusting. You know that stone dust is an inert material, so the stone dusting is done to quench the coal dust explosion. So it consists of applying stone dust on the sides of the gallery, on the roof of the gallery, on the floor of the gallery, and on all mine workings except those within 10 meter or less of all working places, so that it overlays the deposited coal dust and thus prevents the latter from being ignited or taking part in an explosion. So the stone dust is to be sprayed on the sides of the galleries, on the roof of the gallery, on the floor of the gallery, and on all mine workings except within 10 meter or less of all working places, so that it overlays the deposited coal dust and thus prevents the latter from being ignited or taking part in an explosion. Stone dust is not required in a mine or part of it if it is naturally too wet condition where water exudes, if a ball of dust is squeezed in the hands, or it is too high in combustible content to propagate an explosion. So in this case, there is no need of stone dusting required in your mine if it is naturally wet, too wet. It is too high in combustible content to propagate an explosion. In 1891, British engineer Dumblo Garforth first observed that an explosion did not propagate to a part of a mine which was well stone dusted. With this observation, stone dusting began in Britain and officially adopted in 1920. Stone dusting was officially adopted in France in 1911 and in Germany in 1926. Today, generalized stone dusting is done in mines of almost all coal mining countries of the world. So the value of stone dust application is due to the following facts. The value of stone dust application is due to the following facts. When coal dust is mixed with enough incombustible dust, it will not explode or assist in propagation of an explosion. When incombustible dust is raised into an explosion flame in a sufficiently dense cloud, it gets heated up, taking away heat from the flame. Greater the amount of stone dust in the flame, greater is the cooling effect. The incombustible dust also serves to shield or blanket the coal dust particles from heat of radiation so that they do not take part in combustion anymore. As coal dust is constantly produced as a result of coal mining operations and get deposited by ventilating currents in mine workings, one application of stone dust will not be sufficient to keep the mine workings immune from explosions. Stone dusting must be applied at regular intervals of time after it has been first applied. So minimum incombustible content by mass required by the coal dust depends on characteristic of the coal particle, especially its volatile matter content, fineness of the coal dust particles, percentage of methane present in the mine atmosphere, requirement of minimum incombustible matter in the coal dust. In India, it is 70%. In FRG, it is 80%. In USA, it is 65%. So this is for a given coal mine, the quantity of stone dust to be applied in mine workings can be calculated from the following relation. This is the relationship used for calculation of the quantity of stone dust required. X is equal to B minus A by 100 minus B, where X is quantity of stone dust required, kg of stone dust per kg of mine dust. A, percentage of incombustible matter already present in the mine dust. B, prescribed minimum percentage of incombustible content. About 3 to 7 kg stone dust per ton of coal output is required in the coal mines. So this is the formula you can use for calculating the quantity of stone dust required to be applied in a mine workings for neutralizing the coal dust explosion. Characteristics of suitable stone dust. What are the characteristics the stone dust should have? The stone dust should be fine. It should not be hygroscopic so that it does not cake. Dispersibility. Stone dust should be readily dispersible into the mine atmosphere when blown by mouth or by suitable appliances. Stone dust, combustible matter present. Combustible matter should not be there in the stone dust. It should be soluble in the fluids of the lungs. It should be as light in color as possible and preferably white color is required. So this is the specification of stone dust in some countries. In France, FRG fineness is 100% through sieve, 144 mesh per centimeter square, and at least 50% through sieve 6400 mesh per centimeter square by mass. In USA, 100% through 20 mesh per linear inch sieve and at least 70% through 200 mesh sieve by mass. In United Kingdom, 100% through BS60 mesh sieve and at least 75% through 240 mesh sieve mass. In India, in our country, 100% through 60 mesh and at least 50% and not more than 75% through 240 mesh sieve by mass. Combustible matter less than 3%, less than 5%, not specified, not specified. Total free and combined silica content less than 10% by mass in fraction, less than 20 micron to less than 25% in the respirable fraction less than 5 micron, less than 4%, not specified, free silica less than 5%. So this is the specification. So standard stone dust is prepared in special mills out of the shale, dolomite, gypsum, very effective. Limestone, most commonly used in mines throughout the world due to its cheapness, easy availability, white color, low silica content, relative tendency to cake. So this stone dust application can be applied by hand or by mechanical means using stone dusting machines in the mines. So in the next class, we are going to discuss the hand stone dusting in coal mines and by applying mechanical means. So what is hand stone dusting? A man can stone dust 15 to 20 meter of a roadway, 9 to 11 meter square in cross section per shift of working. Hand dusting by hand scoops is cumbersome process, has low capacity, does not ensure even distribution of dust over the roof and sides of the mine, not suitable for large or mechanized coal mines. Therefore, you have to go for mechanized dusting, mechanized spreading of the dust. It is ideal for large and mechanized mines. It is most economical. It is very efficient. It is a very rapid method of stone dusting. So this stone dusting machines, stone dust distribution we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you. Thank you for patient hearing. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.